Welcome to another edition of Whiskey, Games, and Nerd Stuff. Today's Nerd Stuff, we're going to talk about Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 4. Still really enjoying this series. I would highly recommend this. This is issue 4. I believe issue 5 is out already, but I typically do these a little bit behind. There will be some spoilers, but hopefully everybody's had a chance to read this. If not, I would recommend you go out and get it, or watch the other videos I've done on issues 1, 2, and 3. So issue 4 opens up with the news that Diana was going to go ahead and make everybody deaf, and then we have a character here who says, hey, I'm going to go out and help, and you can tell that one of them's concerned. When she goes out and opens the door, we see Steve and Diana out there, and what's interesting is the conversation goes into... Diana asked me if I knew any witches, and I brought them here, which is kind of interesting because what that tells me is when Steve Taylor was able to get out of hell, he started looking into probably the supernatural, the occult, and that type of thing. Otherwise, I don't know about you, but I don't know how he would come across just witches on a day-to-day basis. So she goes ahead and asks for some ingredients that should be common there. I still dig this metal arm that she has as this prosthetic. But basically what she's doing is she's asking for ingredients to a spell because she needs to get her arm back. So, there's a lot of cool dialogue in there. She gets some stuff. I won't get into the dialogue. I do think it's worth reading this. She goes ahead and performs this spell and gets her arm back. And before we get too much further, writer is Kelly Thompson, artist is Hayden Sherman, colorless Jordine Bellaire, lettering Becca Carey, assistant editor Ash Padilla, and Chris Conroy, editor. So they go ahead, and now it flashes back to the Wild Isle of Hell, where Circle's in there, and she's kind of talking. What's interesting is she's talking to somebody we don't know who. And then it kind of alludes to some really cool things about why what was done, why the person was brought here. It kind of opened up something with Circle that wouldn't have been there. And then you kind of see her, I can't remember the name of this goddess, but basically she's the one that sent Diana there to kind of bring things about, which I thought was pretty cool. Then it kind of fast forwards to Gateway City, where she's got her arm back. They have a nice little cool dialogue in here. She's let them know that, hey, this spell is only going to last so long for people that won't be able to hear. And then she goes ahead and tracks down the Cthulhu-like character. And then what she does is she casts another spell, which basically is bringing the beast to her. Then she does some kind of weird thing where the sword, look how big this sword is compared to Diana, makes it giant. She, goes ahead and fights this thing, and then ultimately cuts it in half, what I thought was cool as hell. I thought this was really interesting, how she just kind of basically sliced the thing in half. And then here's something that I wasn't expecting, but I shouldn't be surprised. So you've got here where she's in Washington, D.C., and I don't know if this is the president or if this is some head of a government agency or whatnot, but it is the president. So she goes, Mr. President, I'd say even if she killed that thing, we still have a very big problem on our hands, alluding to her. So what this tells me is what you originally thought was the big bad was going to be the Tetracide, the big Cthulhu-like character, when really the big bad ends up being probably the seat of power, the President of the United States, or some kebab of some type. So I really think that was interesting. It was kind of almost like not a bait and switch, but kind of a, hey, here's the evil. The evils are these things from hell, these Cthulhu-like creatures, and they're kind of setting up for, is the big bad the seat of power? Is the big bad the President of the United States? Is that where they're going? Are they afraid? And it kind of alludes to the issue number 3, where it talked about people are afraid of what they don't know. So this could easily be a situation where they're afraid of somebody who's coming to help them. And the reason I think that is it has right here next no good deed. So I'm excited to read issue number 5. This was kind of just a quick walkthrough of this issue. Again, I am really, really digging Absolute Wonder Woman. Highly recommend you go out and get it. Would love to hear what your comments are about this, what you think about it, and of the different Absolute series, what do you think? What do you like the most so far? They've got Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman. At the filming of this, I picked up Absolute Flash #1, and I do believe they have an Absolute Martian Manhunter that's coming out. So would love to hear what your favorite Absolute series is. And for those fans that are reading both the Absolute series and the new Marvel Ultimate series, which one do you like more? Do you like what DC is doing with the Absolute, or do you like what Marvel is what they're doing with the Ultimate line? Really appreciate everybody taking the time to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, folks, cheers.